The Church Growth and Giving Show, your resource for growing faithful communities. Brought to you by Vanco, helping tens of thousands of churches thrive for over 20 years. Join Jordan and Andy as they share insights drawn from decades of church giving and engagement expertise.
Hey, Jordan. Since you're a resident expert on church communications, I wanted to talk about something I've been noticing about church emails lately.
There's a lot to cover there, so what stands out to you, Andy?
I get a lot of emails from my church and other senders. Some of them I open immediately, but others are forgotten in my inbox. It got me thinking, what separates them? How can churches craft emails people actually want to read?
It often boils down to emotional connection. Effective emails spark curiosity, address a reader's pain point, and offer a compelling call to action. Many church emails simply convey information without establishing that emotional hook.
That makes a lot of sense. The emails I prioritize are the ones that make me think, I need this information, or this could help with a challenge I'm facing.
Precisely. It's about personal relevance. Let's take a comprehensive approach to show churches how they can transform the way they use email.
That sounds great. Our listeners definitely need practical methods to grow their congregations and deepen engagement. Where should they start with their email strategy?
First, they need clarity on their objectives. Many churches send emails because they feel obligated without defining what success means.
So they're missing the why behind the email?
That's right. Every email should serve a purpose. Is the goal to increase Sunday attendance, inspire deeper engagement, or raise funds for a mission trip? Without clear objectives, emails become background noise in a cluttered inbox.
Gotcha. So, how do you measure if those objectives are being met?
That's the right question to ask. For instance, if your goal is higher attendance, track RSVPs. For more volunteers, measure responses to calls to action, and consistently monitor open and click-through rates. They reveal what's effective and what's overlooked.
Speaking of what works, is there a particular approach to writing these emails that tends to be more successful?
It's vital to remember that church members differ, so generic emails aren't ideal. Some read thoroughly, others skim, and some check their inbox infrequently.
That's a valuable insight. I hadn't considered that.
Recognizing these distinctions is crucial. A strong email strategy begins with understanding your audience. Do younger members respond more to event promotions? Do established members prefer detailed ministry updates? Audience segmentation ensures recipients get relevant emails.
So it's about sending the right content to the right people.
That's the right idea, and research indicates 72% of Gen Z members prefer email for brand communication, even over social media. It's not merely preference, it's about effectiveness.
Wow! I'd have assumed the younger generation would prefer social media.
You're not alone on that. A welcome email series needs a different feel than a volunteer recruitment campaign. Tracking engagement metrics reveals what resonates and what doesn't. Often, minor adjustments in tone, format, or personalization can have a huge impact.
So building that email list is crucial then.
It is. People get a lot of emails, so churches have to convey why theirs offers unique value. Is it a connection to community, encouragement, or service opportunities? Otherwise, those emails are just more inbox clutter.
What's the most effective way to get people to sign up?
Start by making sign-ups effortless. Your church website should have a bold, can't miss it form. During services, display a QR code on the screen or print it on connection cards. And don't assume people will go looking for it. Invite them personally. A quick, hey, want to stay in the loop goes a long way.
So it's about making it easy, but also making it appealing. What about social media? Can that help with getting email signups?
Social media is a fantastic resource for email strategies. A short video from your pastor explaining the value of your emails can be effective, or a lighthearted post. Want event updates, devotionals, and Pastor Dave's occasional dad joke? Sign up here. Authentic invitations resonate with people.
I love that approach. It feels personal, not corporate.
That's the essence, Andy. Transparency is vital. No one wants to feel misled. Clearly state what subscribers will receive and let them choose content types, like weekly devotionals, volunteer news, or major announcements. Respecting their inbox fosters continued engagement.
What about maintaining that email list once you've built it? I imagine that's important too.
It's very important. Regular checkups maintain a clean and effective list. If someone hasn't opened an email in 6 months, don't assume disinterest. They might have missed a few. A friendly, still want to hear from us? Email can re engage them.
That's a nice touch. Very considerate.
It demonstrates that you value the relationship beyond mere numbers. And when it comes to metrics, tracking engagement helps refine your strategy. If event updates get more opens than devotionals, that reveals important congregational preferences.
Are there legal considerations churches need to keep in mind with email marketing?
Certainly, CAN spam compliance is more than a legal necessity, it's a matter of respect. Always provide an easy opt out and avoid sending unsolicited emails. Trust is paramount in ministry.
So, what about the actual tools? There are so many email platforms out there. How does a church choose?
Look for a tool that supports audience segmentation so you're not sending the same update to new visitors and longtime members. Your church email communication shouldn't feel like a one-way street, or worse, like spam.
What features should churches prioritize?
Prioritize email automation for scheduling messages and robust analytics to track performance. Seamless integration with church management software is also vital. Manual list updates are inefficient.
And design, how important is that?
Responsive design is essential, as many people read emails on their phones, perhaps in a drive through or while waiting for their kids. For churches starting out, MailChimp is a user friendly and affordable option, offering a free plan for smaller congregations.
That's helpful. So, once you have the platform, what about the content? How do you keep people engaged?
If church emails are monotonous, they'll be ignored. Consider this. Would you open an email if you knew its contents beforehand? Engaging your congregation requires variety.
So, originality is important?
Very much so. One week, it might be a newsletter with community updates. The next, an event promotion for a service or outreach. A midweek devotional can offer reflection, and a volunteer campaign can spur action.
That makes a lot of sense. And what about the visual aspect?
People decide whether to read an email in seconds. If they open yours and see a wall of text, there's a good chance they'll move on. Responsive design with clean layouts, easy to read fonts, and well-placed images makes emails more inviting. A powerful photo or short video can grab attention, but don't overdo it.
So, the message should always be the focus.
100%. Visual should enhance the message, not overshadow it. People open emails expecting value. If your church's email marketing is merely a list of announcements, it's time for a strategic rethink. Content that serves a purpose beyond relaying information is key. And consistently track what resonates with your congregation.
I'm realizing how important metrics are in this whole process.
Tracking key metrics provides honest insights, not just assumptions.
What metrics should churches focus on?
Begin with open rates. If messages aren't being opened, your subject lines might need work. This week's newsletter lacks appeal. Data from Constant Contact shows an average open rate of 31% for religious organizations, which is a useful benchmark.
And I imagine click through rates matter too?
They do. Click-through rates indicate if your links are effective. Conversion rates go deeper, showing how many people act after reading. If unsubscribe rates rise, view it not as a personal affront, but as a signal to adjust your email frequency or content strategy.
Is there a way to test what works better?
A/B testing is fantastic for this. Would your congregation be more likely to open an email titled "Join Us This Sunday" or "You're Invited"? Something special awaits. Testing different subject lines shows what sparks curiosity.
That's smart. What about the writing style itself?
Your tone should match the moment. A volunteer recruitment campaign shouldn't sound like a sermon, and an event promotion email shouldn't read like a legal document.
It sounds like authenticity matters a lot.
It's paramount. Your church's voice should fit your congregation and it should be familiar. If it's not something you'd say in person to a church member, it probably doesn't fit in an email.
Before we wrap up, do you have any final tips for churches wanting to improve their email marketing?
Remember that your emails don't exist in a vacuum. Repurpose key points into social media posts. Share sermon snippets in stories, or turn event promotions into Facebook events. Make it easy for people to engage, whether they're opening an email or scrolling at midnight.
And what about getting feedback?
If you're unsure if people read your emails, just ask them. A simple feedback survey can clarify if your frequency is appropriate or if you're overwhelming inboxes. More knowledge leads to better crafted emails that get opened and read.
This has been really helpful, Jordan. Our listeners have a lot to consider for their church email strategies. For those wanting to delve deeper into church marketing, you mentioned there's an available guide.
Yes, listeners can access our top 20 marketing strategies for churches looking to grow fast guide. It's packed with practical tactics based on real congregational feedback.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing your expertise today, Jordan. This has been another great episode of the Church Growth and Giving Show. Until next time, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps us continue to provide free tips and tools to help churches like yours.